How are you guys feeling today, though?
Hungover. Yeah. Really hungover.
Rick?
Check out the bags under the eyes.
I feel about as bad as he looks.
I don't drink for taste, just effect.
Yeah. Usually worse than this, a lot worse than this.
This is day number one.
Yeah, it's going to get worse as it goes on, and everybody gets crankier and starts yelling at each other. We calling James a fucking cunt. Dickhead Roloffsky here will be fucking ready to fuck up. We're just politer at the first of the week when we're late.
You know, yesterday was very emotional for me. We really tore it up last night. Probably stayed a little later than we should have. We went to Dooley's and had some beers, and everybody really needed to unwind after the first day.
Well, here we go. Taking off from Kentville, heading off to Moncton, New Brunswick. First thing in the morning, everybody's nice and hungover.
How'd last night go?
It was good. It was good, man. I mean, the crowd was on fire. Probably not as many numbers that we would like to have seen, but as far as the crowd goes, it was good.
For the last 5 or 6 years, I haven't been around the Maritimes much. I've only done a handful of matches here, and I've kind of lost touch with the young wrestlers. Most of them I'm just meeting for the first time, or, you know, if I met them before, to be honest, I don't remember. But in terms of having a chance of making it in the business, I think Jeff Osborne has got every opportunity if he plays his cards right. He kind of reminds me of a young Bobby Roode, and that's about the biggest compliment I can give to a wrestler. His timing is impeccable. He just looks like, you know, sometimes you can tell a lot about a guy just before he locks up. He just looks like a wrestler. You know, just the way he moves around. We didn't do much last night with him, but everything he did was spot on. He wasn't nervous. He was up for everything. I think out of the young guys, he's heads and tails above the rest of them.
The kids out here, they think having 10 matches and they had to set up, 15 minutes, set up the ring, and they think that's paying their dues. And you see those kids walking around with attitude and like, no, I don't have to do this. And it's like, yes, you have to do this.
And they're sleeping while the rest of the guys, look what Jeff's doing.
No, but they missed the setting up the ring. That's why they're loading chairs. They missed the setting up the ring.
You're in there sleeping. First he makes James Mason, the guy with 10 million matches and the most seniority, British heavyweight champion. You move his bag in the dressing room.
I was napping when he moved that, though.
Hey, why are you talking when I'm talking? And then he goes into the girls' bathroom and sleeps while these guys are putting out chairs.
You got to pay your dues in this business, one way or the other. I mean, James could tell you good stories about paying your dues.
For me, I was just the gopher. I just went for everything. And that lasts about 2-3 years until another new guy comes in. And then it's your turn to start dishing it back to them, which is nice.
We decided to do the show in a bar, which we thought we could do a little bit of an edgier show because of an older crowd.
So the first day was a little rocky, but first day on tour is generally rocky. Any tour you go to, the first day is working out the bumps. I was very disappointed with our match. I'm kind of a little calmed down now, but only because if we can go out there and things went that bad and I somehow pulled us through it and we got through it, that means any other match we can get through here.
It didn't go as smoothly as we wanted to, but it was a learning experience for the next 6 days, I guess. And for some reason, when she went down, I bent my finger backwards. I have a sprained finger, according to people who looked at it.
The girls had a bad match from lack of preparation. Crystal, Purity Saint, should have gone to Gary's wrestling school and worked out a match with her and worked out beforehand and had it down. She didn't. She dropped the ball.
She was down for this tour in Halifax, and she had access to my ring 24/7 for the whole time she was there. I mean, she was there, I think, a week before the tour. And there was one day in particular that Krista and a couple other of my students were at the school, and she was supposed to show up because they were supposed to go over their matches and, just do a little workout in the ring. And she never even showed up.
Krista, who's a perfectionist, didn't handle it professionally. she should have took her opponent aside afterwards and discussed it. And if she wants to yell at her in private, that's fine. But to yell about her behind her back is bad. It wasn't professional.
That's, everybody's going to have a bad match. Everybody's going to screw up. But that's kind of unprofessional, the way she reacted.
I shouldn't have been standing in the hall, but it was the heat and it was the waiting and trying to get everything so everything comes out at the perfect time. But yes, I shouldn't have stood in the hall. That was my fault, and it was very unprofessional, and I won't do it again.
Apparently Mike Hughes didn't like Krista when he first met her, but then suddenly he did like her. I don't know, maybe she daffed him at first, maybe she didn't say hi when he said hi, maybe she didn't hear, but as most people with an ego, when somebody pays a bit of attention, all of a sudden they take a liking. Now apparently they're best friends.
Yeah, I really think the world of Krista right now, actually. After just one day, I have a lot of respect for her because she does have a passion for the business that I didn't realize. And that's one thing that I've done that everybody does. I had a preconceived notion about her, and I was wrong. First time, by the way, I was wrong.
I only met Mike Hughes for the first time yesterday, and I thought he was a really nice guy, and we were going to do a radio show, and he gave me a little advice about, he knows I don't want to be the slutty girl, because I really don't want to be seen as the slutty girl. That's not what I'm here for. And so he said, it's okay to show a little bit of sexy to get them interested in your wrestling, which I think was great advice, and I really took it to heart, and I said, Mike, I really appreciate your advice, thanks a lot. Anytime you have anything, I'd love to hear it. Not half hour later in the car coming back from Mazda, Pete said something along the lines that...
The way Mike told the story is you had attitude.
Me?
Yeah, you were arguing with them saying, I don't want to do,
You're
but...
a liar. You're a filthy liar.
No, I'm not. I am not.
Today was the first time I've ever spoken to Mike in my life.
Welcome to the world of Mike Hughes.
Lesson learned.
When Pete said that, it made me mad, only because I'm trying so hard to build this good reputation. I'm a good girl, I'm here to wrestle, I'm not here for the guys.
There's a lot of girls that get into the business and think that the way to get ahead is by sleeping with everyone in sight, or if they have to get drunk or do the drugs or whatever.
I don't date wrestlers, I don't do wrestlers, I don't do anyone in the business.
Just cameraman.
We'll talk later.
Krista, she's got probably more passion in this business than a lot of people. Especially a lot of the students that I've trained. I mean, a lot of them have passion, but not like Krista. I think with her talent and her drive and her want to in wrestling, I really don't think she's going to need to show a lot of tits and ass, so to speak.
I think I'm a pretty good-looking girl, and I'm trained, and I can do the moves, and I can do everything. I don't want to be confused with a hot girl who's just here to sleep with the wrestlers.
Whether you like it or whether you don't, sex sells. And I understand her point of view that she wants to be recognized and respected as a wrestler, that she just doesn't want to be out there as a TNA show. But like I told her, go out, show them just a little bit of what they want to see. Shake your ass if you gotta, bend over, show a little bit of cleavage. You'll grab their attention then, and then show them that you can wrestle.
Jeff Osborne, I mean, he was by far my best student. He was one of the very first students that I've trained under, and he was just a natural.
I started out, I was trained by Gary Williams. He's the champ. He has a school. I actually went down to the States to train, and it didn't work out, and so I came back up and stumbled upon his school. I really lucked out in that sense. And I ended up being trained by him, and he gave me my first match. The ball started rolling, and I got booked with Grand Prix. I toured in the summer. And I've been in about a year and I have about 80 matches, so that's pretty good for just 1 year. And I do MMA as well, right?
Mixed martial arts.
Yeah, mixed martial arts. Sorry. So I got a big passion for that too. So
We really wanted to give Tommy a push on this tour. Just after seeing him the first day, realized he's just got so much talent. We're going to give him a bit of a push.
Personally, I think it's a waste of breath to talk about Jeff. I think he's a great guy. I think he's a fantastic wrestler. But it's a waste of breath because he's quitting. He's not going to be here anymore. He's leaving the business.
I wanted to bring it up for a long time. I told Gary last month. I'm going to be putting wrestling on the back burner for a while. I'm going to be getting out for a little while. I'm going to do MMA. I don't want to disappoint you guys, but I don't think it's probably a good idea to push me if I'm getting out.
Yeah, that's cool, man. You want to go that way? I support you 100%.
No, I appreciate the honesty. What you've shown me and what the rest of them showed me last night is you're in a higher level than most of them. So I'm going to have to put you in a more prominent position in your matches at the very least, so that you can help carry the show. Because these guys are the shits.
This is really tough because I'm getting out of the business, and like this is sort of a big thing. And these guys, you don't want to fucking burn bridges, man.
I like what he did, where he came to us and he told us that he was choosing mixed martial arts over professional wrestling. And you know, when somebody has a dream, who am I to say no, that's a good or a bad idea?
He was pretty nervous.
Oh, fucking, he's tripping all over his words. Yeah, he's very nervous. I didn't even realize he was a mixed martial artist. I had no idea. You know, maybe he could kick all of our asses.
You know, I noticed right from day one, he's different than all the other guys. And he really has a level of respect for the business. So, you know, he's a stand-up guy.
I've always had a rule in my school that any of my students not to hook up girl, guy. It's just one of these things. If something happens between them, it doesn't work out, you get into a predicament, you get in the middle of things, and it's just not good for anybody. Jeff and Krista, that exact thing happened. I made an exception for those two when I heard that, you know, they were interested in each other, and I figured, you know, they're both level-headed.
We broke up, that's fine. I tried to talk to him multiple times. He doesn't want to talk. He just wants to ignore me or whatever. That's fine. It's just totally unnecessary. We were friends before. Okay, our relationship didn't work out, but we can still be, you know, we still have a professional relationship. You know, we train together. We went to the same school. We work out at the same school. We do everything together. We can do things in a professional way.
We're stoked, pumped to be here tonight. We come all the way from PEI. We drove all the way here to support our Maritime wrestlers, the home of the hottest wrestling, all of North America and the world. It's Wildman Williams for Prime Minister.
Right.
We got to support our own Maritime diva, Krista. She's the hottest female wrestler in North America, possibly the world, we believe so.
Williams, I haven't seen wrestle in probably a year or so.
Just had to come and see Lincoln Steen and Crystal Lynn Scott and other people I followed through YouTube and just wrestling websites.
We get to go out there and set the crowd, you know what I mean? Which is kind of like nerve-wracking in a sense, but at the same time, yeah, it's fun.
This is going to be a tough crowd to work for.
So we have to work real hard to get a reaction from them. It ain't going to be easy.
This is the first time that we've been faced with the smart marks, what they call the smart marks. These are guys that know everything about wrestling, fans that know everything about wrestling. Really, it's very difficult to try to please them.
They don't want to admit that they're wrestling fans to the other people that are beside them. But what they don't realize is they've all bought tickets, so they already admitted that they're wrestling fans.
It's not really bad for a first match because you want to, you know, because the crowd was dead and you guys did get them. So I can't, it was good, but it's just a little slower in spots.
I did feel that, man.
But man, I'll tell you, the stuff was good. The work was good.
Thank you so much. The crowd sounded a little dead when we came out, and I don't know, it was packed and it was fucking awesome.
That went great. Fucking love working with this guy, man. The fuck he lays everything in. It's nice and stiff. The fucking crowd. He's from here and he got the crowd to hate him, which is tough.
Hell of a match, like for two lads to sort of move about and the big fella Titus to do those sort of moves at that sort of size is fantastic.
Great. Thank
No voice.
Thank you. You did awesome, man. Good job.
We were a lot calmer. I mean, I didn't end up hurting my finger and kind of getting dazed. We didn't have any miscommunication with the ref.
Exactly. We took our time. Everything went smooth. One progression to the next. Got to the finish.
Yeah, it was fine.
That was 100 times better than last time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
100, man. That's a good match.
This is Joey Arsenal. When we ran a wrestling school, a year ago, Joey came out, and obviously he couldn't get in the ring and learn how to wrestle, but he wanted to learn how it's done. So tonight he's debuting for us in a manager's role, where he's going to go to the ring with Scott Savage as an advisor. He's going to dress up in a little suit and look like a devious little prick, and Scott's going to roll out of the ring at a point in the match where it looks like he can't win. He's going to lean over for advice from Joey. Joey's going to pretend that he's giving him advice. And then Scott's going to go in and do something devious to take over the match and start beating the hell out of the guy until he ends up losing in the end.
Yes, it's the best feeling in the world. Not many guys make their debuts at national TV taping.
Once we get in there, I don't care if I've been in the business 1 week, 20 years, 50 years, we're the same, mate. I think I'm on with Brody tomorrow night. I'm going to fight harder than what I fight you, because he's bigger, you know what I mean? So, but there's no such thing as veteran. When you get in the ring, you do your stuff and I do my stuff.
I feel like my mind just opened up. It's like just a way, just like you were so, I just have to pull, you go, it's like you read my mind.
What I found with a lot of the green guys is that they're scared to come back at us. Any lad that's been in a bit longer, then sort of like the lads they've trained with, they seem to be backing off too much, which is really, it should be the opposite. When I started, I was lucky to work with some real good people within my first 6 months, and they taught me you've got to come back harder and stronger.
I wasn't really sure when to attack or not, but James was amazing. Felt like I was, I don't know, it just felt like I was wrestling somebody who really just took care of me, and it was great.
Wrestling fans that show up and they want to cheer and they want to boo, they bring their signs. These are the guys that make wrestling. You know, these are the guys that make it a pleasure for you to get in the ring and perform for. These are the guys that you know, they give their heart and soul outside. They're yelling and they're screaming and they're waving their signs and they're jumping up and down their seats. That's the reaction that you want when you get in the ring and perform.
There was a lot of foul-mouthed kids from Moncton around here, and they didn't keep their opinions to themselves. I know. Come on. Combined weight of 1,000 pounds here. What are you guys?
300 pounds of mean machine, baby.
I'm taking shits bigger than you, kid. What's this? Come on. What's this? What? Where you talking about 6-year-old children?
Great show. I thought definitely there's a lot of great talent here.
I was really impressed with the show. Like we drove an hour and a half to come see the show. I wasn't let down.
But definitely an independent show with a lot of promise, and that's what we got.
I was glad to see Steen in there. I saw him probably a year ago too, and vast improvements in the in-ring, and he's got great personality.
We are the Steen Dream Team. We wanted more Lincoln Steen. We were here for Lincoln Steen. We just wanted the entire show Lincoln Steen.
Lincoln Steen's a chia pet.
I hope to own his clock one day. $8.
Lincoln
$8.
Lincoln Steen is a chia pet.
There was a girl up top, and she was psycho. She was psycho. Yeah.
Well, I'll agree with you on 2 points. Julian Young and Titus. Lincoln Steen is a chia pet.
Ew, Julian Young. Julian Young.
Look, Julian Young is good.
He usually is good, but tonight.
Sidewinder is
no.
good.
No.
Yes, Sidewinder is good.
Titus Osborne. Julian was our
name. The British guy.
No, he's good wrestler.
What was the British guy's name? Osborne. I forgot about Osborne. He's making it too.
Yeah.
I can't believe I forgot that. Trash Canyon fucking sucked too.
The only ones that can make it anywhere in wrestling is Titus.
Titus?
I'll agree, Titus. See, this is what we were talking about.
This guy's gonna make it.
Yes, this is one of the ones that's going to make it.
Titus is good. He's got a lot of upsides. The finish was great. I mean, he's always hit the fucking Spanish Fly.
Don't air this on NBC, but he's a nappy-headed hoe. But yeah, kid has talent. Maritime Cup champion, good deal.
Gonna lose the dreads.
Not lose the dreads.
I think he's gonna lose the dreads.
Just jack up, hit a diet, make her happen.
So why are you guys coming along so much?
Because Pete's paying the bill.
It's all Pete's down. He's not seeing this, is he? Good guy.
These cunts used to come and watch us wrestle. Listen, back in 2000, 2001, it was a while ago.
Which is not too long ago.
You wouldn't believe it. You'd see them in a town in Nova Scotia, and then 2 nights later they'd be in New Brunswick. They were everywhere. They traveled up and down the roads. Basically, they were what they were. They were nerds who couldn't get laid, so they drove around and watched wrestling every night.
Do you know how long we waited for Cut the Music, Stupid?
Cut the music, stupid!
Yeah. 5 years.
About 5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
In all seriousness,
Classic.
These fans. I mean, what are you guys now? Late 20s, 30s, late 20s now.
28, yeah.
28.
Late 20s.
The new fans, the guys that are 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, are absolute fucking nerds. I mean, these guys just sit down, plunk away at the computer. Oh, he sucks. He missed that spot. He this, he that. He worked the right instead of the left, thinking that they know what they're talking about, but they know fuck all. And then they always cheer for the bad guy and hate the good guy. They're usually pretty similar in that they're between 20 and 25 years old. They've never had sex. They have very good educations, but very poor paying jobs. They live with their mom, and they wear wrestling t-shirts.
Oh, dude, we're gonna have some fun. Tonight was a good show. We might go out to some other shows there. Maybe Sussex.
Yeah, Friday night.
On the Friday night at the Legion, and then we're going to Halifax on the Sunday. Yeah, we're gonna be there. We're gonna be square.
The man has a body of steel. He has a heart of gold.
It's Mr. Russia, for God's sake.
Mr. Russia.
Mr. Russia.
You're supposed to be a heart.
Right?